Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers. Well, you know what? What do you call it today? I don't even know. Merry Christmas Eve, Happy Christmas Eve, however you say it. We are one day away from the big day tomorrow, and of course, what does that mean for me? Raptors basketball at whatever it is, 9 in the morning. That's about my only big plan for Christmas tomorrow. But ahead of that, we have to look at one thing that, well, every year, everybody always has their Christmas wish list. And this one, I'm going to begin it very easily, guys. You saw by the title how we're going to do this. We're going to ask Santa for some presents under the tree in the form of some Edmonton Oilers game-changing stuff here. So, let's get it going, shall we? Dear Santa, number one thing I want for Christmas this year. Now, this is a list. Don't think it's like top of the list. It's just the first thing on my list. Is stable goaltending out of Mike Smith. Now, this isn't to say it's all Mike Smith's fault, or to say that Mike Smith's been as awful as everyone says he has been, but what I'd love to see is I'd love to see him be impactful on what is probably his last shot at glory. If we make the playoffs, if we get a deep run going, this is probably more than likely at 38 years old Mike Smith being his last shot at glory. Santa, please, deliver us a nice little gift under the tree in the fact that Mike Smith after Christmas, comes back refreshed, spending his time with his kids, and gets that goaltending going. You know what? Goaltending coach aside, terrible defense aside, Mike Smith starts playing like Mikko Koskinen and lets us get it going. Now, the other thing I'm asking Santa for the rest of this year in the NHL 2019-2020 season is a healthy Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Guys, is there anything more you could want as an Oilers fan for Christmas? Is there really? I don't think there is. A healthy Leon and Connor, they're going to set records for the Oilers this year. They already have set several records, but they have a chance to set some more if they can get the job done by being healthy for a full 82 games this year. So Santa's got to deliver that one. That's a big one that we're counting on Santa to deliver tonight. And then, number 3. On my list to Santa this year, a new guy to help this team score. Now all of a sudden, everyone's going to be up in arms. I'm asking Santa to get Ken Holland to trade for a guy. No, I'm not asking for a trade. If I was asking for a trade, I would say a trade for a new guy to help this team score. That is not how I worded my list this year. My list is it doesn't have to be a trade. That's the secondary sentence I have on here. On my wish list, Santa, it straight up says it doesn't have to be a trade. Whether it be Tyler Benson, whether it be Kyler Yamamoto, Cooper Marody, any of the guys on the farm club, there are plenty of guys that we already have, that we have possession of, that we don't have to trade for another guy to help us score. And, well, you know what? If a trade comes, a trade comes. I did ask for a new guy. I'm not going to sit here and argue which way it happens, but I'm not being a little bit too begging, perhaps, on Christmas Eve. All right. Number 4 on my wish list to Santa this year is something that we started the year off really well. We did a lot of things right with the Dave Tippett system, and life was really good. You know what? That 7-1-1 start, we were spoiled. Really, really spoiled. And what I'm hoping Santa would be so kind to spoil us with this the rest of this year is some mistake-limited defensemen. That'd be fantastic. If he could spoil us by getting Darnell Nurse to play some great, fantastic defense down the stretch, Ethan Bear to hold his own again, Oscar Klefbom to really start leading that defense instead of leading it the wrong way. Adam Larson, he's returning to form, but to get to that true shutdown form he had in 16-17, that would be unreal. And that's only number 4. So I know I've already asked 3 important things to start, and I don't know how many of these things Santa can deliver this year, but my goodness, number 4 would be a very, very nice get on my list, let me tell you. Now, number 5, if I'm asking too much in the first 4, I think Santa's going to have a hard time delivering this one, but guys, it's got to be on my list. Come on, how could you not have this on your Oilers fan Christmas list this year? A playoff berth. And I mean, I don't care where we finish, just as long as we are in. If we're 8th seed, 1st seed, 3rd seed, 7th seed. I don't care. If we're in, we're in. And that at the end of the day is a playoff berth, no matter how you cut it. And that would be fantastic. And like I said, I'm starting to ask a little bit too much on this list. So it's going to be, how much can Santa actually deliver in one night in a microsecond stop at my house, your house, every Oilers fan? I guess if you put together all the Oilers fans in the world, the Oilers have 800,000 fans on Twitter. So hold on here. Hold on. Let me see. 800,000 times, let's see, times 0.01 of a second. So that is 8,000 seconds divided by 60. That's 133 minutes divided by 60. That's 2 hours of his day that he's visiting Oilers fans. So, you know what? Actually, I think Santa can do a lot of this in the time that he gets this done. So, let's not kid ourselves here. Now, number 6 on my list, again, this one I've been asking for just out of Dave Tippett, but it's clear that Dave Tippett can't deliver it himself. So, we're going to have to call in the big guy in the red suit and ask for him to help us along our way in, well, building a second power play unit. That would be fantastic. If Santa could build the Oilers a second power play unit for Christmas and allow Dave Tippett to use it, or get Dave Tippett to use it, I guess it wouldn't be Santa building it. It would be his elves building it. So, you know, it is what it is. The elves, they'd have to assemble the pieces. We do have the pieces. Let's not kid ourselves. They're right there on our roster, but we just need the elves' help putting it together and putting it in Dave Tippett's stocking, I guess. Yeah, that's probably a good place to put it this evening, is in Dave Tippett's stocking. That's what I'm going to tell you. Maybe that one's not so much for me. Maybe that one's for Dave Tippett. Santa, if you're listening, please take that suggestion for our head coach, because he definitely deserves something nice for Christmas, and I think a second power play unit in his stocking hanging over the fireplace mantle would be a very, very nice gift for him. Now, guys, again, this is a more broad, this isn't just me, this isn't just you, this is an Oilers fan on the easy level here, is a healthy rest of the season for our farm club, our friends, our family, down in Bakersfield. They've had a hard go this year. A lot of guys out due to injury. A lot of the man games lost. A lot of key players lost. And a stacked team that's pretty much just fallen apart due to injury. And I mean, guys, as Oilers fans, we know that all too well. We know that very, very well. We've seen it with our Oilers time eternal. This year, not to the degree. Like I said, hopefully Santa can deliver a healthy Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. But I'd also love him to deliver a little bit of health to the Bakersfield Condors this year as well. That'd be fantastic if he could add that to his list as he's going through California this evening and get that done for us. That would be right on. That'd be fantastic. All right, now, number 8 on my list, and we're almost done. Let me tell you, my Santa list is almost done here, is the simple fact that I would like some new Oilers merch this Christmas. Ooh, you thought I wasn't going to have something for myself. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know you gotta. It's your Santa list. You gotta have something going on here. So on my Christmas wish list to Santa, yeah, I'd like some new Oilers merch. And actually, in my notes here, I have it. That is, I know it's a material thing, but you know what? A new sweater or a toque would mean the world. That you guys see my sweater I've had for 4 or 5 years. My toque I've had for 4 or 5, actually, yeah, 4 or 5 years at this point. So it's about time I get some new merchandise. I guess that Oilers toque would only be 3 years old at this point, so not as crazy, but I had that stuff a long time. It's about time to upgrade it, and if Santa would be so kind to come on by this evening and bring me some new Oilers merchandise, that would be fantastic. And then, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap it all up, it's my Christmas wish list item for you. Straight to you from me. This one that you, my fellow Oilers fans, everybody that views the channel today, that sees this video, I just hope you have the best Christmas and holiday season possible, because let me tell you, it's always, generally, I've known it to be a very fun, enjoyable time of year, and I've also known it to be a very tough and hard to endure time of year. So I hope, from me to you, you have yourselves a great Christmas. I should have another video on Christmas Day, if, right? maybe show off some things I got for Christmas, whatever. And of course, secondary to that, then of course we pick up with Boxing Day and maybe a review of that World Junior Championship game with Raphael Lavoie and Olivier Rodrigue shining hopefully for Team Canada. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Stall on Your TV. That's been my Dear Santa, here's my Christmas wish list. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you in the next one.